So, a lot has happened since the junkyard video. I'd say it's probably been a month. And in that video, I didn't have any sides on the bed. I kind of did videos, they had the pieces of them were mixed in. So, but this is the piece of the dash cover that was in the truck that has since been replaced. So I don't need this now. I don't really know what to do with it. Anybody want it out there? And this is the small one that had been modified. And I guess you could, it's because the radio goes here, I guess you could use one of those bigger screened radios and not have to cut up your bezel. But I have these two pieces that I'm not going to need, and there's a lot of these were used of this satin black. So let's check out the interior and see what kind of makeover it's had, because I'm excited about it and it looks totally different. The dome light needs to be cleaned up. Some fender emblems, plastic glove box tray. Now these, they don't have an LMC magazine. See, I was looking. And these are a matching set. Does not have the clock cut out. And it does not have a badge here because I don't know what this truck was. And looks like there's one little hole there. And this is kind of textured. And yeah, it's not wood grain. And I know people may like the wood grain, but I don't care. I painted it. All right, got me a toothbrush, some detergent, cleaned up these panels here. Now I got me some Quad Zero steel wool. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna go clean this up. All right, back outside. I mean, I'm fine with that. Especially since I don't even have a dome light. See how these edges of this trim is like double? So I wonder how it would look if I did it like this. See how I did all these silver, and I think they were before. And I kind of like the little accent it gives. Paint pen. I like it, and I think that is what I want. I'll do what I can do to get that off of there, but you can go all on all of these. What you think? Does it look better with the accents? I like it because it's different. I don't think this came with it, and this was in a stripped down Bronco that the park ranger used, so they didn't come with any extra fancy anything. So I think it just makes it just a little something extra, where it's got this raised material here. I don't care for wood grain look a whole lot, but I like that. It's gray and black. Let's just need to do this one. except for my screw ups. I like it. Or if I'm gonna be all in the way, but I'm gonna try to have some dome light. Now that's exciting. Yay! 100% need to replace this. I got it looking green in here. But you know what? Green is better than no light. Finally. Now, the thing's gonna be is shutting this door enough for that light to go off. All right. I am happy for scrapyard parts. Yeah, that's my chest mount. So I can take you guys with me and use my hands. I want to put some color in here, get rid of this rust, and maybe tighten up the color of the air cleaner over there. This here, I mean, if I got any, I might shoot it on there. I'm going to have to replace that when I do the air. But just wanted to look a little better under here. Shoot some color. All right, I'm gonna slip this glove box in here. I mean, it shouldn't take but a second. Look at that thing right there. Yeah. You can fit. Perfect. Look at you. Ready to hold stuff. Nice. So there we go. We go from falling apart cardboard to plastic. This is an AC truck. This one came out of an AC truck, and this came out of an 85. And this truck is an 83. And that is what is left of the original cardboard. All right, I got this dash getting it stripped down so I can tape off, maybe shoot a little black paint in here, but I gotta get this dirt cleaned up. All right, I'm gonna carry these. There's the kick panels for the front, and I would love to like put some filler on here, but I may just end up getting a black dash cover. Let's go get set up. All right, interior is wiped down, tape down. Got that door shut to keep the cross breeze from coming through. So, here we go. I mean, what's it gonna do? Look worse? Yellow.
In the car. You still got a little bit more time, okay? A couple more weeks. Come on, do this. Look at it. Yeah. You feel that sunshine?
He just said you hear that sunshine.
Might as well just paint that carpet.
We're not ready for you. Nobody's ready for you, Paul. Nobody's ready. Man, y'all need to get y'all joined in, all right? I ain't doing this again. That's how my shoulders.
All right, I'm cleaning up all this ugly blue with some glass cleaner. There ain't a whole lot to tape off. So I'll tape the windows off. But yeah, I'm even going to spray this vinyl and those floorboards there on the back of the seats. Make them all black. All right, windows are taped off. Let's get some paint going. First coat of satin black. Now you can see the contrast with that blue seat there. It's only going to be blue for a few more minutes. Well, I'm out of paint, so let's use some Quado steel wool twin clamp this chrome. Looks like it worked. It was pretty shiny, except for that giant bug. Well, let's see. The one looked more shiny than the other. I think it's a little more bright. We'll finish the rest of that up. Chloe. Well, I did the bumper and the headlight buckets and the very top of the grill bar there. I mean, it looks better than it did. So before I put the 3M adhesive on these Junkyard emblems, I'm gonna try a little bit of this Quad steel wool and see if it'll clean them up. All right. I think it's got a little bit more shine. And we'll go ahead and do the second one. Not too bad. I've had to take my time. So I've got this 3M adhesive on the back. I know this lubricant will not work well with the new 3M adhesive, so I will have to clean all of that off. I'm hoping that this lubricant does exactly this right here. Strike hold. Not just for rusty bolts, not just for cleaning your guns, but for removing adhesive goo. All right, strike hold did it. Got all that adhesive off. So I'm going to have to clean that, find something to get these dirty marks out here. There's where the passenger side one was, and yeah, see a few coats of paint have popped off that were hidden. This paint's pretty shiny. I think when it gets buffed, it's going to do very well. So there's only one hole on this side, but you can see there's a peg there and there. And I'm wondering if this hole isn't for that peg. So I'm going to see if this is really a hole. It could have been covered up with paint. It is a hole, look at that. It's like archaeology. Let's see. That will work. That's cool. Found the hole. It's been covered up by layers and layers of paint. Okay, know that it fits. I gotta peel every one of these off. Pulse, please. Okay, here we go. I like that so much better. Years ago, I'd have took these off and I'd have done it the way it was done. But I like this a lot better. All right, so there's the passenger side. Let's see where the crack is here. And you can see there's a little adhesive showing, but I can razor blade that off later on. One more thing down. Nice. All right, I'm gonna put in, I'll put this in inside of the Bronco. And take this piece off of the column so I can get this piece in there. That moves much easier. There's the piece here. It's that gray. A little bit of black on it. I did these silver. Yeah, I like that much better than painted over wood grain. And there's less holes in it. All right, I'm about to do something I haven't done before. I'm about to see if I can fill in this dash cover for the Bullnose with some body filler. And here are my options. And here's what I'm working with. Well, I got it globbed on, waiting on it to dry. I'm no body guy, but I ain't afraid to try. And rhyme. Well, here is after one coat and one sanding, and it is not perfect. I can point out all the spots, and there's some lows, but I don't really want this perfect because the truck is way from perfect. I'll wipe it down with a little of this, and then I'm going to put some primer on it. Well, turned out better than I thought, so I'll include a few clips that will prime this thing. Well, I started sanding and it wasn't really dry enough. I went on heavy, but I can see that the low spots are very low. And there's some things I could overlook, but I am going to put another layer on because I just don't want to put this on the dash and say I put filler on it and then see all these valleys here. So I'm gonna give it another shot. So I'm about to go dust it off, wipe it down, and put another layer of primer on. Then it'll be time to sand that and paint. So the primer's still wet, so all those shiny spots are going to dull out. But you can see this is far from perfect, and I'm using satin black, so some of that will disappear. And I am not proud of this by any means, but this is better than just gouges sitting in the dash. And I can order that cover for like 112 bucks off of LMC, and it will fit right over the top of this. All right, now here's an up close of Coke 1. All the flaws. Ain't great, but it isn't terrible. Let's throw on another coat. All right, so this is the second coat. It is still wet. Good morning. It's the next day. It's time. Let's take a look at this thing and then let's get it put back in the truck. All right, so it's got a little sheen on it for it to be satin black, so it's not going to be gloss. So the satin shows some of the imperfections, but not like if it was glossy black. Yeah, and you can see where there was work done. But you gotta realize this piece here is gonna face the windshield. So unless you're looking in from the outside, you probably won't see that. Let's get the side that's gonna face me. All right, so I'll see that as I get in, and when I sit down, this will be the view. So not too bad. Passenger side view. There you can see that mark there. Crack it and get. And then there's that work here. But you know what? I'm okay with that. And that's the main thing, is if you're okay with what you did, then be proud of it. Now going back with this Bondo Glass, that certainly made things better, because these were so low that I would have never wanted to put that back in and say I even touched it. But at least with this, I can say it's good enough, and that's fine with me. All right, I'm ready to install this thing. Tilt this wheel down. Okay. All right. One side up, that other side over there, I've got to go and push it down. Okay, now I need to get this. I need to get the bezel for the radio. It wouldn't stay in whenever I was didn't have that in there. So now I can put it in and put the screws in. All right, here it is. I already got the cage mounted in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start running screws in before I get over there. It feels good to get this thing put back together. Been dealing with it taken apart for just about a month. I'm gonna have to get me a black paint pen, because these sure stand out. All right, we'll pull this radio out of here. These fed through. I like the way that looks, complete now. Okay. I like it. A few more screws to do over here. Let's see, I can reach this one, leaning over. So this is kind of funny. But I did paint my bench seat black. And now I have a custom denim jeans pocket right there. There's so much stuff custom on this truck. Bench seat looking like jeans. I mean, hey, I'm all right with it. Okay, now that the interior is back together, let me show you what all I've done. I kind of like it. So at first I was just going to go with the blue, but Amy suggested, why don't you turn it black? Well, glad she gave me that suggestion. Some satin black, a little bit of cleaning. A lot of bit of body work on this crack dash, which now that's installed doesn't look too bad. And got me a new bezel here to go around the radio and the AC that continues all the way to the top there. Got a new bezel to go around the speedometer. It has less holes in it. And it's also not black painted over wood grain. This has actually got this gray texture, being out of a Bronco. Sprayed some of that on these gray visors here. So now they look like dark gray. Painted the plastics inside. These were about 3 different colors of blue. Painted the rear vinyl seat. Now it is not sticky. It's been painted probably a week. So I have hopes for the front seat. Painted the base here for when the seat lays down. That's my Junkyard ceiling light. It has come in very handy. Now I can see inside the truck. There is my blue vinyl seat cover that is now black. And I am missing the armrest here. It's got the mounts. I guess this just didn't get finished with whoever put this on. And I've been trying to find one. So if you know somebody that's got one, have them email me. I'd love to have a complete bench seat here, or I'm going to have to find one out of another extended cab. Got us some proper F-250 emblems on the sides. One over here as well. And there is the driver's door in black. Oh, I forgot about these. Let's get these put back on. There we go. Oh, one other thing. I went to all LEDs in here, and it's daylight. You're not going to see any of those. All these are also LED. So I am still looking for this piece here. And it was original wood grain. If I get it, I will probably just paint it black. But it's this piece that goes around the cruise control that was already broken. I'd love to have that. Right now, the 6x9 hole is just a hole. I plan on getting a dual voice coil 6x9 to go in there so I can hook sound up to it, and it'll complement the new speakers I put in here, because these can't handle any bass at all, or it sounds just like a clatter. Oh, and as far as my modification to the seat here with my jeans, I am planning on either getting a new seat cover or another seat. So I've read that any extended cab bench seat up to 96 will fit because the frame is the same. So I haven't visited any yards to see if there are any, because I've been kind of busy with turning this interior black. I hope you've enjoyed this transformation. It's been kind of fun for me. I've been wanting to do this for a while and haven't really had an old enough vehicle that warranted painting the whole interior. I think it's the Wrangler is the last time I painted an interior different color, and before that I think was the Mark 7. I went from blue to a warm gray. So it's kind of fun. This is something I like to do, and I'm just hoping that it hangs around. So I hope you enjoyed following me along with this process. I am going to stain this here. Going to stain it with motor oil and diesel. And right now I'm working on getting my oil dirty in the engine up there, and I just changed it about 6 weeks ago, so it isn't even dirty yet. So got to get that done, and I'm going to be getting logo put on the passenger door, driver's door, and so we can kind of make this a real looking farm truck, work truck type of thing. So appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one.